"You smell disgusting. Get away from the entrance. You are scaring away my customers." The restaurant owner pointed at the street. The homeless man looked at him. He picked up his bag. He moved. He had been sitting outside the entrance for 20 minutes, not begging loudly, not causing trouble, just sitting in the December cold, with his bag between his feet and his collar up against the wind. He moved to a bench further down the street. He sat. He put his bag between his feet again. He looked at the street. He was wearing a coat that had been adequate for a different kind of winter, a winter when he had somewhere to go after it. A young man came out of the restaurant. He had been inside when the owner said what he said. He had watched the homeless man stand up and move without argument. He had watched him sit on the bench and look at the street. He finished his meal. He paid his bill. He put on his jacket. He stood outside the restaurant for a moment. He looked at the man on the bench. He looked at his own jacket. He walked to the bench. He sat beside the man. He said, "It's cold tonight," the man said. "Yes," he said. "That coat doesn't look warm enough for this," the man said. "It's what I have." The young man took off his jacket. He held it out. The man looked at it. He said, "Son, I cannot take your jacket," the young man said. "I have another one at home," he said. "You are here tonight." The man looked at him for a long moment. Then he took the jacket. He put it on over his coat. He looked down at it. He said, "Thank you." They sat on the bench together for a while. Neither of them speak. Just two people on a bench in December, one with somewhere to go, one without. The young man stood to leave. The man said, "Son." He turned. The man reached into his bag. He took out a notebook. He held it out. He said, "I have been carrying this for a long time," he said. "I want you to have it." The young man took the notebook. He opened it. It was filled from cover to cover. In small, careful handwriting, stories, hundreds of them. The lives of people the man had met across years of living differently. People whose stories nobody had thought worth writing down, until he had. On the first page was a note. It said, "These stories belong to the world. I have been waiting to give them to someone who would understand that. Someone who sees people, not what they appear to be, but who they actually are. You sat beside me. You gave me your jacket. You are that person." The young man stood on the street in December, without his jacket, holding a notebook full of stories. He looked up. The man was already walking away. Down the street, in the jacket, the young man stood there for a long time. He published the stories 2 years later, every single one. He dedicated the book to a man whose name he never learned, who had given him something irreplaceable. On a bench in December, the dedication said, "To the man in the jacket, who had more to give than anyone in the warm restaurant ever knew." You never know what someone is carrying. Sit beside them anyway. Drop a heart for the young man who gave his jacket, and share this with someone who sits beside people that others walk past.